Good afternoon. I'm up at Shepparton, Shepparton, Marupna area. I'm actually doing a walk near the Goulburn River. So that thing behind me is like an branch of the Goulburn River. I've just crossed that. If you'd see over my shoulder, there's an old bridge. It's not really coming up, it's pretty decrepit. But yeah, I've crossed that. Now I'm going to head across the floodplains, pick up the Goulburn River and follow it upstream for a while. Probably stop for a swim because it's 34 degrees. And then loop back to the car. It's about maybe about 12, 14 Ks to loop. So it's a fairly decent loop, but it's pretty flat, pretty easy going. So it should be all good. All right, I'll spin the camera around. Not going to be the most scenically stunning walk, this one, but it's interesting. All right, I'll catch you in a minute. Okay, so this is a mix of this quiet four drive tracks, or closed. A lot of them are closed, and there'll be some off-track walking. I might even cut across there. And yeah, back along the river, same thing. There'll be some four-wheel drive tracks, and there'll be some off-track stuff. It's all pretty easy though. I mean, the Goulburn River's to my right, probably a kilometre away. I'm not going to get lost. So what, I'm just shortcutting the corner here, really, cross country. Probably find a kangaroo pad, I reckon. Okay, I've met this four-wheel drive track. Going to follow this west now for an hour or so before I kind of meet the river for the final time and then swing back closer to the river. So I've actually done this walk before, back in the days of the old blog. Obviously been with sections of it off track. I'm not walking the exact same route, but I know the area reasonably well. Although there has been a flood through thing since I came through, I think years ago, last time. All right, we're walking into the sun on a hot day now for an hour or so, so I think I'll just put my head down and get on with it. So I'm not sure if that levee bank is coming up through there, but I'll use that on the way back to walk certain sections. So that's obviously to control the floods a little bit on this floodplain. Although from memory, last time I walked that levee bank, there was quite a few breaches in it. So I don't know if they still use it. There's one thing about this walk, you won't be overrun with other people out here generally. What you will probably see is roos and a lot of birds though. So I've crossed the levee bank, which is just there through a breach. I'm heading down towards the river now, towards the Goulburn River, and I'll start to swing back down or upstream in the direction of Marupna and Shepparton. This is where the walk gets a little bit rougher. There'll be some off track and it's not too bad. That's pretty easy country to walk through. So that's the Goulburn River. It's flowing a banker at the moment. They're letting a fair bit of water out of Ilden, no doubt, for irrigation. So in that respect, it's not too bad doing this one in autumn because, yeah, they let water out of the dam deliberately. All right, I'm following some fairly rough pads now in spots, so it'll be a little bit slower on the way back. So it's fairly light scrub through here, but it is scrub. I did bring my gaiters. I haven't got them on, my canvas gaiters. I haven't got them on yet. If I really get annoyed, that levee bank is just over there. I could go over to that and walk along the top of that, and it'd be easier. The main thing that I'm worried about at the moment is snakes, to be honest. The bush itself's not too bad. Navigation-wise, just keep the river on my left, and it'll all be good. Okay, I've jumped up on the old levee bank for a while. So yeah, the walking is a lot easier up here than pushing through the grass, but the grass isn't too bad. So they've got the river that high. I'm not sure I'll actually be able to get in for a swim. We'll see how we go. I'd love a swim though. So I'm off the levee again, back out in the river. I've picked up this old fire track, or four-wheel drive track. Touch wood, no snakes, but plenty of roos. So I'm just making my way cross country to where there's a big sweeping bend in the river. This is the best shot I have of finding a little beach. The river's so high, I think. So it's only a third of a K, maybe half a K off track. So it's basically these bigger trees down here is the river. I'll put the camera away because I'm likely to fall in a wombat hole here or something, I reckon. I'll get the camera out when I get back down to the river. So this is the little spot I went swimming last time. At low water level, or in spring when they're damming the water at Ilden, there's a beach down here. However, with so much water getting let out of the dam, new beach today, so I don't think I'm going to go in for a swim, although it does look very tempting. Okay, no swimming on this one unfortunately, so I'm just kind of heading back now cross country. I should intersect the four-wheel drive track in another 5-10 minutes. Looking forward to a swim too, because like I mentioned, it was 34 when I left the ute. It's pretty warm. Actually, it's been that warm my iPhone's been telling me it's getting too hot. It needs to cool down. We're in middle of March, so it's not the middle of summer really, but it's still pretty warm. Alright, I'm going to push through these thistles, so I think I'll put the camera away. Well, I'm back on some kind of a track again. This is my levee bank that I've been following off and on. Okay. So last look at the Goulburn River on this walk. I was swimming in it with Yo up at Ilden a week or two ago. So the Goulburn flows out of Ilden. It's much nicer swimming up here than this is actually flowing pretty hard. Lots of snags in here too. I'm thinking spring and early summer is the best time to swim here before they start letting too much water out of the dam. There's a nice bush campsite here too, I don't know. Looks like you can possibly drive into it. Anyway, I'm heading back towards the ute now. There's that levee bank again that I've been crossing and walking on, and it's definitely not, it's been decommissioned. There's a lot of gaps in it nowadays. Alright, I'll be walking into the sun a bit on the way back, so there probably won't be too much vision, I don't think. So I'm just getting back to the track that I left. I kind of headed out on, so I'm completing the circuit bit of the walk. I've got that short off-track section to do then, and then across that little Anna branch that was dry near the old bridge there, and I'm back. So probably another excuse me, 15 minutes, I guess. It's been a good walk, this one. It's nice. It's your typical kind of, not like rugged mountains or anything like that. It's just typical Aussie dry bush. Lots of roos, birds. I haven't got photos of them, unfortunately, but you'll have to believe me, I suppose. And yeah, kind of a lazy brown river. Country's really dry at the moment, but it is the end of, well, start of autumn and what's been a very, very dry year. So here's the track that I walked out on here. I'm just about to meet. So I'll follow this for a little while, and then I'm going to swing right across country towards that Anna branch, and then I'll be back. If you didn't want to do that cross country bit, you just keep following this track, and there's another forward drive track. You'd turn down to the right. So I guess if you're doing these kind of off-piste sections in winter, you'd have to be a little bit careful. These depressions weren't holding too much water. I mean, you'd still get around them, but you might just have to zigzag a bit more. So, in case you're wondering, the nav through here, I can just see the farmland, the open country through the trees in the distance, and I know near that open country is that Anna branch. So, sun's to the west. I've got to keep that hard on my right, and I've got to keep heading this way, and I'll eventually emerge from the scrub near the ute. Okay, just emerged through there. This is the track that goes to that old bridge. It's kind of out of action. Cars on the other side. I can see it through the trees up here. Walk's done, more or less. Looking forward to heading into Marupna and getting a cold drink, that's for sure. Okay, there's the ute. I'm just going to cross this. I'm guessing this is an Anna branch of the Goulburn, but it could potentially be something to do with irrigation, maybe. I don't even see the cross member on the, oh, there's a cat, a feral cat. I don't even see the cross member on the bridge in front of me here. So if this Anna branch was flowing, if that's what it is, you'd have to shimmy across these logs, I guess. Okay, just back at the ute. That one came in about 13.3 k's according to haul trails, and about 180 metres climbing. That climbing figure seems a bit optimistic to me. Anyway, it might straighten itself out in the slide. So look, this is a walk that's it's a good one if you want to practice your navigation. There's a fair bit of stuff around. You're not going to get lost. So there's a river, obviously the Goulburn River. There's this Anna branch I just crossed. There's the levee bank, and there's a few forward drive tracks. And the off-track walking is through fairly easy off-track terrain. So if you ever want to practice your off-track walking, it wouldn't be a bad spot to come. Swimming in the river is normally okay, but there's just too much water coming in today. I didn't think the risk-reward equation added up in my favour. So suss that out before you jump in, I reckon. This is one of Tyronne Thomas's old walks from the dark ages. I'll put a photo of his book in the photos at the end and one of the slides at the end. So if you've got the book, I think it's 150 walks in Victoria or something. All right, I'm going to sign off. I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.